Happy 2025!
Happy 2025. Happy New Year, Emily.
Happy New Year. It's so nice to see you.
It's so nice to talk to you. Welcome to No Ordinary Friendship.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Teresa.
Let's catch up. We have both been deep in our motherhood game.
Oh, man. It's been rough. It's been real rough.
I know. I'm surprised you didn't put it on here. Oh, I guess travel recaps. Are you going to go into that later?
I figured you put it down there, and I was like, I'm not going to start off with terrible news and breaking
I know. I actually removed something because I didn't want to start off our very first 2025 podcast with like a grumpy
good
topic.
Vibes. I like that.
Yeah, good vibes. So instead, breaking news, this morning I got an email. I don't know why. Starbucks like randomly started emailing me as if I was a new customer.
Oh.
Like they're trying to get me to download the app and all that. And I'm
You
like,
don't have
I
the
already
app?
have the app.
Oh.
No, I do. So I'm confused. I'm like messed up in their system, I think. But anyway, they said that they announced some winter drinks like a cortado. Pistachio is back.
Pistachio latte. I saw
Yeah.
that this morning.
But also, surprisingly, they're going to start letting you adjust the sweetness of your matcha.
Finally!
And it was like so overdue.
Wait, that means they're not going to be using the premix anymore, maybe?
I guess so. So isn't that great news?
That is excellent news. I wonder if they're going to make it similar to the Asia combination of the matcha mixture.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because you can adjust sweetness there.
And you just got me that matcha, so I'm so excited to try it.
I love getting the matcha and the Starbucks matcha specifically in Taiwan because I think it tastes so much better. It still tastes not.
Interesting.
It doesn't taste like.
Can you adjust sweetness there?
You can, yeah.
Oh.
And you can get oat milk there, which you really cannot get anywhere else in Taiwan, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's very Americanized.
Interesting.
And every time I ask for oat milk or almond milk or even soy milk, it's so like dominant.
They don't have
over
soy
there.
milk either?
They always look at me like, fuck no. Like, it's whole milk, bitch.
The Taiwanese customer service would never say that.
No, but they look at you a certain way, though. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, starting when?
I don't know. The email came out, so hopefully now. It said like winter updates or something.
Okay. Sorry, my brain is not all there.
Are you still half asleep?
A little bit. So jet lag has been killing me.
I remember last time it took you like 2 or 3 weeks and you were like, I'm still jet lagged.
Thankfully, I am working and it like pushes me to
True.
wake up or else I could sleep all morning because I barely sleep at night.
Oh no.
But yes, it was really bad before. But last night I went to Target, I got melatonin, and I've been like researching like what is the dosage, how much should I be eating, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I remember a couple years ago, I took 1 milligram and I kept telling my coworker, it's not working. Like you told me this is gonna work. It's not working. I kept like blaming her. And the next day she's like, well, you gotta like increase your dosage. Yeah. So she's like, at least 5 milligrams. And then I was researching online, and in the US, it's approved up to 10 milligrams, which seems insane because when I research on Reddit, people are like 1.5 is like enough for me. But I'm thinking those are people that take it regularly.
Yeah.
Versus people that are like trying to adjust for jet lag. I took 5 milligrams yesterday and I was like,
It worked?
it's pissing me off because it says you can fall asleep faster and you can stay asleep longer. I have no problem falling asleep, but I cannot stay asleep. So I went to bed at 10 and I woke up at midnight, which is the same exact time as last time. But you know what I did? I was like, I will not stand for this.
You took more.
No. Thank God I didn't. But I just didn't look at my phone.
Oh, and then you were able to go back
And then
to
I woke
sleep?
up again 2 hours later and again I didn't look at my phone.
That is the key.
It is the key, and we know it's the key.
Yeah.
Steven, the day before, slept 8 hours, and then yesterday he was like, I regressed so hard. And I told
He looked
him,
at his phone.
I mean, he was sending me like all these links in the middle of the night, so he definitely looked at his phone.
Wait, so okay, if you didn't look at your phone, then you kind of like were able to fall back asleep faster.
Easily.
Oh, but you don't think maybe the melatonin helped that?
I thought the melatonin would like keep me asleep for sure, but I do think it probably helped. And my sleep debt.
I've never taken melatonin, so I can't.
I think it really helps. Even
What about your
mentally.
sleepy girl cocktail that you
I don't have any of the ingredients. It's not enough. I need something stronger.
Is it a gummy?
It's a gummy.
Oh, okay.
The natural gummy.
Okay.
It was kind of weird because I was at Target yesterday and there were like 2 other girls there looking for the same sleep gummy.
Were they also jet lagged?
One was like calling her friend, asking which one to get.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It was just strange. I was like, oh, excuse me.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's very popular right now. Maybe everyone's adjusting from travel.
Yeah, true. Anyways, 5 milligrams at least, people. If you research on Reddit, people say that like 5 milligrams is like a crazy amount. It's not.
It did nothing. Maybe everyone also like responds differently.
Yeah. Just don't look at your phone. That is the key.
Okay, great tip. And that like applies even if you're not jet lagged. Because sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night with like all my anxious thoughts.
Yes.
And of course I'm like, I need to Google something.
Really?
But I shouldn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I won't though. I won't.
We'll talk about 2025 resolutions next episode.
Yeah, we should. Resolutions and predictions, right? Oh, should we do both?
Bingo card.
Bingo card and resolutions?
Yeah, maybe we'll do it right this year. Okay. Or not, whatever.
No one can tell us what to do. No one's paying us.
Guess how much?
So my family was in Waikiki for 7 nights, which was amazing just to be in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't exhausting with kids, but I was telling Victor, I feel like our mentality was much more positive and better than previous times.
Yeah.
Like I just went with the flow a lot more. Like Cassie has been fighting naps anyway, so like she napped anywhere this trip. Like I didn't ever force her to like be back in the room and like, you know. But yes, things are expensive there. Guess how much a slice of cheese pizza is?
Well, I wasn't going to think it was crazy cheap, but $15.
10.
How big was it?
I mean, it was a decent, like, not as huge as like those huge New York slices, but like bigger than a typical, maybe like a Costco size slice.
Oh, that's big.
It's pretty big, but $10.
I know, for
Do you
cheese.
remember back in the day when you could get like $1.99 slice of pizza places?
Yes, but not in Waikiki, right?
I don't know. I guess I never ate pizza in Waikiki, but they asked for it like 4 times. So we ate a lot of expensive pizza.
I think we got a whole pizza pie.
And then we got us like poke or something.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Poke's more expensive, right?
Barely. So there's this one, if you ever, I mean, you'll probably go back. Maguro Brothers. Have you ever been there?
That sounds really familiar.
It's in like this kind of food courty Asian food court place. It always has a really long line, but they do poke and they also do like sashimi over sushi rice. Ooh. It's really good. I think it was like $17 for like a king salmon one. I'm like, that's way more worth it than a slice of pizza.
For sure. I thought you were going to say it's a place that does poke and cheese pizza. I was like, oh, okay.
Someone should invent that for the parents.
Family friendly.
But also, by the way, that place is really fun. It's called like Stix, Stix. It's like a little Asian food court. Lots of good food down there.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
I legit thought Stix was the name of a restaurant.
Yeah,
Someone told me to go there. And I don't know. You're going to have to tell me where you went. Every time I go, I'm just like,
I got like a
udon
udon and it was really good one day for lunch. And then that Maguro Brothers.
Yeah.
And there's like a little matcha / ice cream place.
Yeah. They have that onigiri that always sells out.
Oh, yeah. We didn't try that one.
Okay. But they do have good stuff. Okay. I was in Taiwan recently. Yes. And I'll get into like how that trip actually was. But I spent way more time and money on Uber Eats app than I expected to.
Interesting.
And I loved it. I loved every second of it. There was like not a moment. You know when you're on vacation, money doesn't mean anything?
Yeah.
It meant even less because it was so cheap to me.
But also Taiwan stuff is cheaper.
It's cheaper. It's really fast. And you can pick to pay more for it to go directly to you. Every single time I picked to pay more for it to come to it. And it was so fast because everyone's just on those little mopeds.
Yes.
But guess how much it would cost to, well, actually, I ruined it. Everything's super cheap there. It doesn't even matter.
No, tell me. I want to know.
So there was a couple of times where I was like, I'm not going to be able to go out there with kids. Like, it's just, my feet hurt at this point and I'm overstimulated. And so I got, it's like meat fresh, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got that.
Ooh.
And it was only, well, you guess.
I don't even know how much it usually costs. $10.
No, it was like $4 or $5 or something.
Including like delivery and everything?
I mean, delivery was so cheap. It was like probably $1.
Oh my gosh.
And then add on another $1 to that
Why don't we live in Taiwan?
And it would say like 10 to 20 minutes, and I feel like it's always on the lower end in the US. Sorry, on the higher end in the US.
End, yeah.
And then it was like, they exceeded expectations there when it came to timing. Every time.
So good.
And every single time I open the door, they say that they're here on my app. I open the door, and the doorman already brought it up.
I would get so fat in Taiwan. I've never experienced Taiwan with Uber Eats.
Oh.
So you always have to go, and then like the walking kind of negates like all the stuff you're eating.
You never have to go.
But you don't have to leave.
No, you never have to go. They package it up. I mean, it's way too much plastic, but...
I mean, that's here too.
Yeah, and it's like really thin plastic there.
Yeah.
I'm beef, by the way. With the napkins there.
Oh, they're like so flimsy.
They're so flimsy, and I totally understand why Asian immigrants hoard napkins in America now.
I mean, they don't give them out a lot.
They're just so flimsy. Like when you have kids, I'm like, what are we doing here?
It doesn't even soak up anything, right?
I could use an entire package.
Okay, note to self, next time you go, bring your own American napkin.
I'm going to bring paper towels. Like, it's a whole mess over there. Logan is a mess. Okay, that's a rant for later.
Okay, we will get to Logan in a couple of sections.
Okay, my next thing on Guess How Much is, remember how you've been telling me about the Saks Amex credit?
Yes.
You get $50 every 6 months.
Yes.
Guess what I bought? I don't know if you're ever going to guess.
You bought lipstick.
No. I bought nothing.
Oh no, Teresa.
Up until the last week, I was telling Emily, like, oh, thank you so much for reminding me.
Until she was on the plane on December 31st.
Even when we got here, it was still December 31st. I was like looking at 10 p.m. And then I decided, what am I doing? It's not worth it. I don't want anything.
And you have to pay for shipping.
Not if you pay for over $250.
Isn't it like $300? Yeah.
So in my shopping cart was a $300 bathing suit. And I was like, there's a very high chance I'm going to return this. I've never worn this brand before. I think it's super cute. But even with the $50 credit, is it worth it?
Okay, so for next time, I don't know if this will work, but some people, because I posted a TikTok and a lot of people commented about the Amex Platinum Saks credit. Apparently, you could buy something, and then when you return it, ask for store credit.
Okay.
And then I think that won't go back to your Amex card because it's not like a refund.
Okay.
And then your credit will still be there. So then you'll just have like a Saks gift card for next time.
Oh, for next time.
But also, I wouldn't wait till the 31st because that happened to me when I tried to do it in like June. And because it didn't ship until July, they counted it as my H2 credit.
What?
Because I think that's how they charge. They don't charge your card until
they
it ships.
ship? Oh.
So definitely at least do a buffer of like, a week.
In my mind, I was just thinking it's not going to be worth it because there's not even a Saks in-person place to return.
NSF, right, is the closest.
Yeah, which was not a big deal when I lived there, but now it's a big deal.
Yeah, people also said you can buy gift cards in store, supposedly, and it counts, but not online. But I'm like, I'm not going to drive to SF just for this credit.
Or maybe if we were already there.
Yeah, if you're there.
Yeah. Okay, so I bought nothing, and I felt like it was worth it to not buy anything. It
Good for you.
Really reduces my headache.
Sometimes it is worth it to just let it go.
Thank you. I was like,
but next time, just do it sooner.
It is January now, so.
Because you can buy, I think I used to buy like kids' clothing, but I also think the shipping used to be free at a lower threshold.
Probably.
Because I don't think I spent $300 to spend $50,
I don't think Saks is doing well.
No.
They need to charge you for everything.
That's annoying. That's like, okay, total side note, it must be just the law, but at Tiffany's in Hawaii, they charge you 15 cents for the bag.
Oh.
When you buy like a very expensive piece of jewelry.
They don't eat the cost.
And I'm just like, 15 cents? Like, of all the things.
Did you look at your receipt or something?
Yeah.
No. That's not too bad. It's a sturdy bag.
It's true. No, it's not too bad. It's just funny, Okay. Hawaii pricing.
Is this for luxury pricing?
Yeah, luxury goods. This was news to me, but maybe not to you, because you are more of an experienced shopper. In Hawaii, they have cheaper prices on luxury goods.
Especially bags, I think.
And you wouldn't expect it because it's like such a touristy place. But I think I was watching some TikToks and they were like, it's because in Japan is actually one of the cheapest places to buy luxury goods in the world. Did not know that either. And they're trying to entice Japanese tourists to buy because that's who like a lot of the tourists in Hawaii are. So a lot of luxury goods actually lower their prices. And it used to be even better, but now it's not as big of a discount. Like Chanel and Hermes never. Dior, when I went in, she was like, some are like 6 to 8% cheaper. But back in the day, I think it was like 20% cheaper.
Oh, wow.
Not everything.
But yeah, a lot of the higher end
and
stuff.
then I think supposedly Bottega Veneta has really good discounts.
Yeah.
I didn't go. And then Tiffany, it only started last year.
Oh.
Supposedly, she said their Hawaii pricing, but for them, it's on everything.
Oh.
There's some discount on everything.
Nice. And if you're coming from California or any other high sales tax area, it's
True.
really helpful.
It's already a discount.
It's like 5% off.
Like 4.5 tax versus like 9 something, almost 10.
Yeah. I did know that, but it's a good reminder regardless. I used to read like all the blogs and things like that too.
I just never even thought about, because for me, luxury shopping is saved for overseas where I have that. So when I go to Hawaii, I'm like, I'm still in the US. It's going to be the same.
The tax really does help though.
It does,
especially
you're right.
on like a higher end stuff. But since kids, I just feel like it's just so not worth shopping with them.
Yeah. I got lucky because when we went to Tiffany, the girls were actually like in
Really
good moods and Victor took them around and looked. And luckily everything's in cases, you know?
There was this one time I went when Tyler was still young, I think like 10 months old, but he was in a stroller. And I remember he was in there naked because just before then he had like barfed all over himself.
No.
He was feeling fine.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny. And I was like, okay, well, this is
Here
it.
we go.
Yeah.
Was it in Hawaii though?
Yeah.
Then I feel like naked kids are more common.
True, yeah. It was in Maui.
Oh, okay.
That was nice. Oh, one kid life was so nice back then.
It will come again. Because now, like,
What do you mean it'll come again?
they'll play together and then you'll feel like you're not really having to watch them.
Oh, gotcha. I was thinking like
Not
once
one
they get
kid life
older,
again.
Yeah.
Not unless you leave one. with
Yeah.
the
Or like
in-laws.
one's gonna graduate or move on to college. All right, pop culture.
Okay. So I don't even know what to think about this whole thing, but the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni is all over my TikTok still.
I don't get it.
And it keeps coming back because, you know, at first there was like Blake stuff and then people called her out for her mean girl behavior.
Right.
And then she comes out with some complaint against Justin Baldoni and his team for like a smear campaign.
Didn't she sue him specifically?
I don't know, did she?
Yeah, I think she sued him, but not the studio or something like that.
Okay. And then just this past week, his team is suing the New York Times because supposedly they
They
published
ran
her article or something.
without like any evidence or anything legitimate behind it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's very confusing.
It's very confusing. And then did you hear about Colleen Hoover, the author of the book?
No.
I think that's her name. So she is technically on Blake's side on all this.
Oh.
And it's very strange. And everyone's like, she's only on her side because she believes that she can make more money with Blake and Ryan versus like a no-name
Really?
Justin. So people are like really negating her views as well. It's all very interesting.
It's so confusing.
It's very confusing. And I didn't know that people didn't like Blake Lively.
I didn't either. I thought everyone loved her.
I thought everyone loved her too. But
Well, all those like random interviews that came out where she seemed kind of rude. But I mean, everyone has good and bad days, right? I can't imagine going through like a full day of these press things where people are just asking you over and over like same questions. Like,
Yeah.
You might just like let something slip because you're tired or annoyed.
Yeah. But she seemed pretty rude in some of them.
Yeah.
though.
But also like, how did it get to this point, you know? I want to know what really happened where they're both so annoyed at each other. Or it almost sounds like he wasn't trying to do anything, but since she did this, he's like, okay, well, I got to.
Yeah. Well, he wants everything to go to a jury trial.
Oh.
So people are like, ooh, he wants it all
wants the
aired out
evidence.
there. Yeah, he wants everyone to know what happened.
I want to know what happened.
I don't think I really do because I'm already so confused at this point, and I
And I
never
didn't even
watched the movie,
yeah.
nor did I read the book.
Same.
And I guess Blake really was interested in having a lot of ownership in what the character wore. And people that read the book are like, this is so off
Different.
brand for what like the book Lily was really like. Like, why is Blake trying to be like a gossip girl in here?
I see.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's hard for me to have an opinion because I really didn't know anything about the book.
We don't know
or the
either of
movie.
them. We don't know anything about the movie.
But we know other people care.
Yes.
So if anybody has like a 30-second summary, just fill us in.
Yeah,
It just
send us a
seems
note.
Way too complicated at this point.
It just feels like such a weird thing to become so public. Like if two actors have a disagreement or, you know?
Yeah.
Or are they taking it to such
It's also very
extreme?
unsavory too because of the nature of the topic,
The
too.
movie,
Domestic
right?
violence.
Yeah.
And it's strange.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully your next piece of pop culture is more positive.
Have you seen this?
I have no
thanks
idea.
to TikTok that I even know about it. But there's a new movie coming out called Love Me. It's with Kristen Stewart from Twilight and Steven Yeun. Is that how you say his name?
The Korean.
From Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting pairing. But I think it's going to be like a weird movie where I don't quite get it. Kind of like...
Are they a couple?
So it's almost like in the future... supposedly, like, I think the world has ended, and then this, like, it looks like a little floating, like, spaceship in space, but it's some sort of, like, AI, I think, is trying to learn about humanity.
Are they aliens?
I don't know quite. They're not even aliens. I think they're, like, AI. So they're just, like, a robot or something, or a computer. But they show, like, little YouTube clips, and they're trying to learn, like, what is humanity, and basically two of them, like, fall in love.
Oh.
And then it's, like... It's weird because I don't quite know how it's going to be because sometimes it shows them as humans, like the two actors. Sometimes it shows them as like animations. And then it's like, I feel like they're trying to like become human. And it's like, what really makes you human? You know, like, is it the physical
Emotions?
body? Is it the love? Is it, yeah. But it looks kind of interesting, kind of unique, right?
You did a really good job explaining that because that was all over. I mean,
You saw it too?
No. I haven't seen it, but I can kind of imagine it now. But it is kind of all over the place.
That's why I think I'm not going to understand it when I watch it.
When does it come out?
I don't know.
How do people even know about these things?
Without TikTok?
Yeah. And is TikTok really going to be banned?
I don't know.
In 19 days?
We haven't talked about that because we haven't had a recording in a while, but there's been a lot of updates at least. Supposedly Trump asked the Supreme Court to hold off on enforcing the ban, right?
Yeah.
And he met with the CEO at his...
But like, what did they talk
Mar-a-Lago.
about?
I don't know. Hoping the CEO said the right things to like stroke his ego.
Right.
So that Trump is like,
That's all you need to do.
I'm
Just
the only
stroke
man
his
for this
ego.
job to save TikTok.
I mean, a big, like, MAGA cohort loves TikTok too.
So Trump said he has a soft spot for TikTok because he feels like that's how he got a lot of the young vote. And as much as we dislike Trump, I'm like, something good could come out of Trump.
We'll see. I just see an article this morning that said that it's so interesting to see that everybody's kind of just still forging ahead with TikTok, even though all signs technically on paper point to the fact that it's going to be banned by the 19th.
Yeah. But the other thing, supposedly the ban means that the app stores can no longer have it, but it doesn't mean the app goes away. So it's actually going to be more of like a slow death if the ban is enforced because essentially
They can't update.
You can't update, yeah. So it'll continue to get glitchier and glitchier until people don't want to use it. But that could take like 5-6 months, they say.
I thought you were going to say 5-6 years.
And then there have been people who comment like, oh, Facebook has been banned in my country for years, but I still use it. So, you know, like I'm sure people can find workarounds or something.
Yeah, but I feel like they're going to be
VPN.
extra annoying about TikTok now.
Yeah, it's true.
If they even understand it. And they being the government.
I know. And there have been other like congressmen who I think said they're like trying to fight for it. Because honestly, it really doesn't make sense, the ban.
Yeah, it doesn't.
And they're saying like it will hurt so many Americans because businesses,
monetize
influencers,
off of it.
they like make money off of it, and it's taking away like.
I was on Instagram the other day because I was looking for a business, and they, like that was their website, and I kind of got scrolling, and I was like, I hate this thing. This is not the same.
Yeah.
And it just kept showing me Paige and Craig's breakup.
Oh, I know.
And I'm like, I get it. I got it.
Instagram, I now feel like is just, I like to see like my friends who post there, but I no longer care about the influencers.
Yeah. My brother sent me something and I was like, I saw that 3 months ago. Like, come on.
You're so holier than thou. Please.
Well, only to my brother because he's my brother. All right. On to what?
Victor downloaded TikTok.
Oh. And
as it's about to be banned. I don't know why he downloaded it. I think it's because I'm always like, oh, I already saw that on TikTok.
because you're holier than thou. He's like, I can't stand for this attitude anymore.
But I feel awkward because he can see my posts now. And you know, people sometimes say like TikTok is the latest version of like when people used to have Zynga.
Oh.
And, you know, just like those old things. And I feel like in Zynga, you kind of wrote stuff and like pretended nobody you knew saw it.
But
or read
everyone
it.
that you knew could see it though.
Yeah, but you know, some people like didn't tell people about it.
Right. It's not your real name.
Yeah.
It's your little profile
So now
name.
I kind of feel like that same line has been crossed because now my husband can see it.
Oh, no.
Not that I've said anything that he doesn't know, but...
I know, but sometimes it's just like your own little inner thoughts too,
Yeah.
that you blast out to
But
the
he's
world.
very supportive. He like likes every post.
Oh. All right, family wellness.
Yes.
I'm a little nervous to
It's
go
your
into
time
this
to
section.
shine.
Well, okay. So we did 3 weeks in Taiwan.
Yes,
It
that
is
is a long time.
a 16-hour time difference. And I was trying to think about like how I would recap this. It was,
Yeah.
okay, first of all, let me say it was a wonderful trip. Like when I look at the pictures, I'm like, I'm so glad I did this. But also like,
good.
this is crazy highlights reel in my phone right now. Because when I was there, it was rough. It was hard. And we were going off of a lot of sleep debt. And I kept thinking like, what could have changed to make it better? And I think a lot of it was, one, I could have hired help. I think that would have been really big. And actually, that would be my tip. Like, if you're going to go on a big trip, like, hire some form of part-time, even if it's like a couple hours every other day or something. Yeah, just someone to go eat with you. Because Logan is crazy.
Leave him at home with the babysitter.
I can't leave him, though. He's like having the time of his life.
Aww.
He really was.
You're a good mom.
I was overstimulated for most of the trip. It was a lot of people coming at me. It was a lot of time with family, which is great, but also just like a lot of people talking all at once. And Logan was overstimulated too. And so he wasn't...
And you said he was sick too most of the
He was
trip.
sick like most of the trip. He was hacking it up. It was gross, but it is what it is. But he was still like very
Happy.
Yeah. Bringing me to my other point, he gaslit me the whole time. I just felt like everyone, when they see him, he's so happy. He's a bundle of joy. He's like such an extrovert. Like really gains energy from everyone else's energy.
I wish my kids were. They're super shy and
But
introverted.
he's so draining to me. And he's really not good. And he refuses to walk. And
Oh no, you had to carry him.
I had to carry him most of the
is
time.
Heavy.
He uses his entire body as a weapon. Especially his head and his like, he'll thrust up. He knows what to do. He like will not go in the stroller. And he just stands there. He's go, bow, bow, mama, bow, bow. And he doesn't move. He doesn't move. And he has to be held a very specific way. And and when people tell me like, oh my God, your kids are so good. They're so cute. I'm just like, don't tell me that. Because it trivializes the fact that like, it's so difficult being with him right now. It was just like such a trigger for me.
Aww. I can't imagine because I also had to carry Cassie randomly for a couple times and she is definitely getting heavy, but I think Logan might be heavier.
Logan's 40 pounds.
Oh my gosh, she is definitely heavier. She's like 32 or 33.
It's a lot though, especially when they...
And we haven't been training for it either. You know, when they're babies, you carry them constantly.
Yeah.
So your arms are like in shape to do
Yeah.
that. I haven't carried her for months, you know?
Yeah.
Not for extended periods of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was very extended period that we were carrying him like all around. And I just didn't get to walk that much because...
No
I'm
wonder
like,
you Uber Eats. Yeah. I would too.
Because I'm like with Logan, because every time we map something, it's like, oh, it's a 10-minute walk away. We can totally do that. I'm like, with
Yeah.
Logan's going to take 30.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to take 30.
He didn't like the stroller anymore?
He didn't like the stroller. He would do that thing. You know when kids are young, they like don't want to get in their car seat and they just
They
like...
go straight.
Yeah, they go straight.
Yeah.
He did that the whole time. And he only
man.
wanted me to do certain things for him, which is fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think the trip would have been good if you don't do it the way we did it. I still recommend people going to Taiwan because it is super family friendly. But we went to sleep in 4 different places constantly within those 3 weeks.
Oh.
And so we were at like my parents have 2 apartments there, so we were going back and forth, which is fine, but they're an hour apart from one another for different family member reasons. We went on a mini vacation, which is really nice, but that's like a whole nother hotel you have to pack up for.
Yeah,
and
the one with the cars.
Yeah, the one with the cars.
So cool.
And then we had like another family friendly. Like it was all really fun, but it was just like a lot of packing and moving and like getting used to like where we were
too much
sleeping.
admin.
Way too much admin.
Just stay in one place.
Stay in one place. And also, our trip was filled with like a lot of family stuff, which was really nice, but also just there was a lot of logistical things that had to happen and
scheduling.
I did not care for Logan's nap at all. Like they just slept whenever they slept.
Yeah.
And they were definitely going off of a lot of sleep debt too.
Yeah. You kind of need to preserve it a little bit, especially for such a long trip, I feel like, because it's going to keep adding up.
But I also didn't know exactly when they were going to be napping.
Right.
Like, he's rolling around, literally rolling around all over the place. Like, every time I go into the room that they were sleeping in, like, Steven would go stay in with them. Logan was on top of Steven most of the time, just like, hello. Like, every time I went in there. So I keep thinking, like, oh, this trip maybe would have been better if we didn't have like we were scheduled like 3 things every day.
Too many
on the
things
weekend.
every day.
But also can't say no because it's family stuff. And so there was very little downtime.
Yeah. We did have good downtime in Hawaii.
That's
because
good.
we didn't really make any plans.
Yeah, which is really nice too. And we had some downtime as well, but it just never really felt like downtime because like we knew in the next like half hour we had to leave for something else.
That's kind of annoying.
But one thing I did want to ask you was we went to a luxury family-friendly hotel. And I kept thinking, is this really luxury? Because there's like, when it's family friendly, there's just so many kids there. And there were a lot of kids from Hong Kong, Singapore, I felt like there, because Taiwan kids still had school and stuff like that for Christmas. And I was so, again, overstimulated by like all
too
the
much
children.
noise.
Too much noise, too many kids. Like, yeah, they had all the right stuff. The staff was really helpful and like there are a lot of toys everywhere, but the products were good too. But I was
It doesn't feel luxury, right?
I told Steven, like, I'm going to stay somewhere luxury for real without kids. And I kept dreaming and thinking about it.
Aww.
And I think I'm going to plan a trip to Europe without the kids
Ooh.
because this trip has scarred me a bit, in case you can't tell.
You need to recover a bit, yes.
Yeah, I need to recover.
Yeah. I've definitely been there. I think for some reason this trip, and you know we had a pretty traumatic trip too. Like I had to go to the ER and stuff.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I was like just really at peace.
It's Hawaii.
I think
It's
it
the
was
vibes.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
It was Hawaii. And also like, honestly, Charlie was amazing.
Yeah.
I have very few complaints about her and that helps a lot because then you're just dealing with one. And honestly, for her age, I have to say, Cassie's not horrible.
Yeah.
She's not like tantruming every hour. She's not like unreasonable most of the time. She just didn't sleep well because she was sick. She doesn't sleep well generally, I think, when we travel. So that's just the thing we have to work on.
Right.
But like, other than that, like, she's just more difficult because of her age, but she's not like in a really hard time, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think we just got lucky.
That's great. I'm so glad you had a
she generally eats well, you know, like I'm not struggling with them at meal times. So
that was another thing. I'm sorry.
No, let it out. Therapy session.
Mealtime was such a struggle and we had so many meals and it was like the only way to go is a private room. And I know that sounds like snotty,
tablets. Did you bust out the tablets?
I mean, yeah, we had to. It was like an unbelievable amount of screen time there, but I also felt like it kind of made it worse, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, you said they get upset.
Yeah, they get upset when you take it away, and I just felt like it was a crutch, and it was the only way to calm them down, and both of them were being very, very frustrating during mealtime, and there's just too many meal times where you sit there and...
There really are too many meal times with kids. Like, can we cut it down to like once or twice a day?
I saw this TikTok of like 20-year-olds going home to their family's house or their parents' house for the holidays. And they're like, what the fuck? My parents don't have anything in the refrigerator. And then in the comment section was like, oh my gosh, my parents told me they legit only eat 1 meal a day now that the kids are gone. And I'm like, yeah, they're probably exhausted from planning 3 meals.
They're tired of meal planning.
Yeah, they don't want to do it anymore. They're just going to girl dinner all day long from now on. Because
we might do that.
There's no need to make elaborate things for your food and nutrition when it's just for yourself.
So true. I'm going to go on Soylent.
No, I still enjoy food. Don't go on Soylent.
Oh gosh, we're quite past time.
Oh my. Okay.
Should we save the rest for next time?
Yes.
Or maybe by next week we won't even want to talk about it.
Well, one last thing I'll say is we flew economy, and I'm so glad we didn't fly premium economy again because
the separation
isn't there. But the footrest, the inflatable footrests are a game changer.
Oh, really?
I really, really think they help kids that are of this height.
And they
right
allowed
now.
it because I know some airlines are like mean.
I was really nervous, so I told Steven to blow it up when they turned down the lights.
Oh,
but
smart. They didn't care.
I don't think anyone cared. At least Eva Air didn't care.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Because they were able to sleep better?
Yeah,
They were like lying.
Yeah, I think it's just more comfortable, and it prevented Logan and Tyler from kicking the seat in front of them, which they do a lot of.
Yeah.
And when we were leaving, in like the last 2 hours, they slept together on them.
Oh, nice.
So it just provided a lot more space.
Yeah, okay. That's good to know.
So if you ever need to borrow it and just try it out, let me know.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we got lucky because for some reason we were assigned to like premium economy on Hawaiian Air. So I was worried about Cassie kicking. She couldn't reach because there was extra leg room.
And you're in the really front row too, right? There's nobody to kick.
The way there, we were in the front row, but the way back, we were in like the third or fourth row.
Okay, she couldn't reach.
She couldn't reach. Amazing. I wonder if they knew. They were like, oh, we should put her in.
She's going to be a kicker.
Yeah, that age is a kicking group.
Alrighty.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Bye.
Talk to you next week.